Welcome once again to the WrestleCord news break for May 4th, 2026. I am Ryan here, and let's get into some of today's big stories in the wild world of pro wrestling. Will Ospreay has won gold in New Japan this morning during Day 2 of the Wrestling Dontaku series. It was alongside fellow United Empire members Hinari and Great-O-Khan that he won the never openweight six-man tag team straps, with a win over Hiroki Goto, Oleg Boltin, and Yoshihashi. Some more gold being added to that group, who is currently headed by the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Callum Newman, who in the main event of that very show successfully defended that title against Shingo Takagi. Post-main event interactions would lead to Will Ospreay's loyalty to the United Empire being challenged, Ospreay being pegged as a Death Rider before hitting a hidden blade on Shingo Takagi in an attempt to dispel that characterization. Another big title change on that card came when El Desperado and AEW's Mystico won the junior heavyweight tag titles from Fujita and Robbie Eagles. This is, of course, just one night after Andrade El Idolo defeated former IWGP heavyweight champion Yota Tsuji for the global title. So we have now AEW stars picking up a bunch of gold in New Japan. Speaking of AEW, we have AEW owner Tony Khan releasing a video stating that CMLL Women's Champion Persephone will be out of action for the foreseeable future. This was attributed to the actions of Julia Hart on Collision 2 weeks ago when she spit black mist into Persephone's eyes during the tag bout featuring Persephone teaming up with the Brawling Birds, Alex Windsor, against Skyblow and AEW Women's Champion Tekla. This means Persephone will be pulled from the ROH Supercard of Honor event, which would have seen her compete in the first ever Women's Survival of the Fittest match for the ROH Women's World title. There is no word on whether there is a legitimate injury involved or if this is simply storyline motivated. Persephone is one of those competitors who is currently signed to a dual deal with AEW and CMLL. A 25-year-long production employee, Gavin O'Shea, was recently let go by WWE. This coinciding with the recent talent release, leaving the tally at about 30 employees WWE has fired recently. It's become pretty common to see talent being let go around this time every year. It's a bit more surprising to see a 25-year behind-the-scenes veteran being let go like this. I'm sure this had to be an extremely tough decision for the tens of billions of dollar conglomerate that is TKO. Folks, I think this is just another example of how growing business this big is only beneficial for the people at the tippy top. Such a shame. Speaking of WWE releases, the New Day's Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods recently departed the company. It has been reported by Fightful that they were asked to restructure their contract, to which they rightfully declined. And then it seems that the parties decided it was good to just part ways. Just another example of how a company making more money than it ever has doesn't mean they'll use it in the right way. AEW Dynamite numbers down again this week, clocking in under 600,000 viewers. Quite a decline for AEW this year. It's really a shame, as I personally feel like they are doing some of the best shows ever recently. Lots of sports competition going on this time of year, so hopefully for Tony Khan these numbers come up this week and help lessen the bleeding. To close today's news break, I want to give a quick preview for tonight's Raw live in Omaha, Nebraska. On tonight's show, we'll get another one of those Obafemi Open challenges. It's interesting to see who he will destroy this week. In tag action, we will get the Intercontinental Champion Penta and Javon Evans taking on Ethan Page and Rusev. Also, Sola Ruka, formerly of NXT, is going to sign her Raw contract. We'll get a sit-down between Backlash opponents Io Sky and Asuka. Finn Balor takes on Judgment Day's J.D. McDonough. And another contract signing, this one for the Clash at Backlash for the World Heavyweight Championship, where our champion Roman Reigns and will take on Jacob Fatu. With that, folks, we come to the end of today's news break. I am Ryan, signing off, hoping to see you all again tomorrow.